Buntag. Tara.
Sir, what's Tingog and kinsan Tingog inyong girepresentar?
Okay, Tingog no. Tingog is it started as a regional political party based in Eastern Visayas. One of the things nga people miss out about the party list system is it's not actually limited to sectoral parties. There are actually three entities, so to speak, that can join, that can participate in the party list election. First, there is the regional party, the sectoral party, and sectoral organizations. So it's all in the enabling law of the Party List Act. So Tingog started as a regional political party, but it doesn't mean also that that we were elected to Congress on the basis only of representing our own, but of actually being the voice that would articulate an agenda, nga responsive sa needs sa mga region, especially sa mga mas pobreng region like Region 8. It's undeniable naman that Region 8 is one of the poorest regions in the country. There was a time we were the second poorest, or probably the fifth poorest right now. And it comes with certain challenges and lessons that could be helpful not only to our region, but to other similarly situated regions in the country. And I think that's where our voice is. Regional development, regional empowerment. And our track record in the last 3 years should show that we have not only pushed legislation that benefited the region, but also pushed legislation that actually contributed to the growth and hopefully also a better life for our fellow Filipinos in other regions.
What's yung mga accomplishment na legislate mga balaod baka or...
Well, as a party list organization, we are represented now by your very own Cebuana Congresswoman Yeda Romualdez. No, she's on her second term in Congress, her first term as party list congresswoman, and one of the things that we really take seriously is our job as a legislator. In the last Congress, no, we filed and we successfully passed 27 Republic Acts. So for that alone, I think it's a feat that shows how seriously we take our act of legislating. Most notable of our laws that we filed, authored, and passed was our first law, the Alternative Learning System Act. We believe we have been a very strong advocate of the ALS ever since, because we feel that it is a creative but effective way of ensuring inclusion in education na walay mabayaan, even or without, in addition, especially for out-of-school youth or adult learners. I think it's a very vital. So nakita na mo in many areas nga there is ALS, but the support that we're getting is basically, for lack of a better situation, voluntary by the LGUs. Now we push the law not only to strengthen the program, to actually create the mechanism that would ensure that it's more effective, like plantilla position for mobile teachers. And we made sure that it's in the law, and we're happy that it was passed about 2 years ago through the efforts, of course, of Tingog Partylist. We also pushed for the modernization of the Bureau of Fire Protection. We also pushed another landmark legislation that we passed is the act increasing the age of sexual consent to 16. And that has been there since the 14th Congress. And I think it's part really because Kong Yeda was also chairperson of the House Committee on the Welfare of Children, that we really feel strongly for that bill. Mo gyud atong gi-push good na to kay actually we've been working also with the US Department of Homeland Security, because in the US when you commit a sexual crime, no, you anywhere in the world you get punished for it. So we've been helping with them because the intervention of the US government is only until prosecution. Now our worry was if you prosecute, then basically nang yun ang effect aftercare ba sa victims ba. So normally we would take care of that, and in our many discussions the US government would tell us, you know, your problem in the Philippines really is because your age of sexual consent is at 12. So it's becoming attractive for foreigners nga sexual offenders ba. Kaya it's easy for them. Kaya mo ingon na nagbayad ko, it can become consensual. So one of the things we prioritize is that we've also pushed for the administrative adoption law. Now when you have to adopt someone, you don't have to go to the courts anymore. There will be a national authority for alternative child care that will be set up, but temporarily that function will be taken over by the SWD. So that's a big relief to many adopting parents, di ba, na dili na siya nga nakadugay. And also we pushed bills that are significant to anti-trafficking in persons, especially of children, amendments that would protect children, and also the online and offline sexual exploitation bill. It's actually still pending in the BICAM. So when Congress resumes, hopefully we'll come up with, and before the end of this term, we'll be able to pass it into law. So these are all laws. And on the region naman na side, true to our commitment, one of the things that we've noticed in Region 8, we've been made aware talaga is the lack of hospital beds. So many of our laws have surrounded in strengthening our hospital care capacity. So we have increased the bed capacity of our regional hospital from 500 to 1,500, making it one of the largest, one of two, because the largest hospital in the country is the Southern Philippines Medical Center, 1.5. So nakaronduhan na sila. Eastern Visayas Medical Center is also 1.5. Because in our region, half of ang ratio sa WHO is 1,000. For every 1,000 population, there should be one hospital bed. That's the standard. Region 8 has a population of 4 million. But our bed capacity is a little more than 2,000 lang. It should be 4,000. Now, that's the first thing we did, was increase it by 1,000 beds. Second is we also converted the Sisto Hospital into a general hospital and increased also capacity. And lastly, I think this is the most important thing that we were able to accomplish if you speak about our regional mandate is, for the longest time, wala tertiary hospital in the entire province of Samar. Population of more than 2 million. Wala government tertiary hospital. So whenever kinahanglan operation, they would travel 6 hours to Tacloban. But we were able to successfully pass the law, and hopefully next year, God willing, we'll be able to start the construction, which we feel is very important in improving the quality of life of our people. All the social assistance programs, which we feel are part of our commitment towards increasing social investments. Whenever we provide assistance for education, for healthcare, even for infrastructure, we do not only think of it as something among ihatag because na usa ka pamilya nga natabangan. Well, of course, that's part of the reason. But the reason we also invest heavily in these programs is because we believe that by doing this, we increase the capacity of these hospitals to deliver. At the same time, we increase social investments that hopefully improve the quality of life of our regional. It's a different perspective kasi when you're nationally ang imong point of view, and then yung point of view ng regional kay you really see how poverty is, how the limitation is face to face. Walay filter ba? Sa Manila, they have many access, like hospitals, ato yun. I'd like to say, poverty is very cruel there sa ato, napita. Maybe for Cebu because, but even in northern parts of the province and southern parts of the province, I believe.
Who are the ngayon, mga nominees? Yeah.
The first nominee, of course, is our incumbent Partylists Congresswoman, Yeda Romualdez, sa registered nurse, and of course, she comes from Cebu, but she has served also the province of Leyte as first district representative for a term. And I am the second nominee, Jude Acidre, and the third nominee is, of course, very familiar to all of us, Carla Estrada.
And muna na message sa Tingog for the Cebuanos. Okay.
Because sa atong mga amigong Cebuano, no, na ang inyong Tingog Partylist, nangayo sa inyong tabang sa ikaduhang higayon, no, para sa ikaduhang termino sa Kongreso. Makitaan ninyo ang atong mga accomplishments, ang atong mga programa, ang atong services diya sa atong Facebook page. So among giaghat ang tanan bisitaha atong Facebook page, tan-awa kung say nahimo sa usa ka party list nga sa iyang tulo ka tuig, seryoso gyud ang iyang trabaho. Kay din nga po ninyo maintindihan nga dili pa sakto ang isa ka termino para mahimo ang tanan nga atong pangandoy para sa atong region, no, sa atong. So kanang nangayo ta sa inyong suporta sa ikaduhang higayon nga hopefully with your help and support, especially here in the province of Cebu, kay ang tingog klaro man gyud niya ang atong constituency priority gyud nato ang Visayas, Mindanao. Kay we always say tingog is the one word that unites all the people of Visayas and Mindanao. Kay although we speak different languages, Ilocano, Ilonggo, Cebuano, Waray, all those three Visayan languages, they all use the same word, tingog. So one of the few words that we actually share. So hopefully, no, it's not just the language that we will share, but our vision for regional development and our dreams for regional empowerment.